Hey guys, welcome to my legal classes. This is Ganesh Pujari, and in the series of Indian Evidence Act, we were discussing chapter 2, which is all about relevancy of facts covered between section 5 to 55. And in that series, we are discussing a small series of 5 sections covering between section 40 to section 44, which is all about judgment. And in my last class, we have discussed section 40, which is quite similar to res judicata. And here we are discussing about judgment in rem under section 41, which basically discusses about relevancy of certain judgments in probate, etc. jurisdiction. There are 4 important concepts we are going to discuss, and that the judgment given is applicable to the entire world. That is what judgment in rem. That's what we are going to discuss in 3-slide presentation. First, I will discuss the half of the provision from section 41. Then I will explain the same with the help of the chart, and then we will discuss the remaining part of the section. That's how we are shaping up with one case law, not wasting any of your time. Let's get into the first slide. Section 41 discusses about relevancy of certain judgments in probate, etc. jurisdiction. I am calling this particular section as judgment in rem, or the judgment given here is applicable to the entire world. What is this concept? Before getting into judgment in rem, let us try see the Bare Act provision on the section 41. It says a final judgment, order or decree of a competent court in the existence of probate, matrimonial, admiralty, insolvency jurisdiction, which confers upon or takes away from any person any legal character, or which declares any person to be entitled to any such character or to be entitled to any specific thing, not as against any specified person, but absolutely is relevant when the existence of any such legal character or the title of any such person to any such thing is relevant. That is what discussed under section 41. Now let us try understand this in a concept by concept order. The first part is a final judgment, order or decree. Now we have very clearly understood these 3 terms in my previous presentation when we were discussing section 40. There we have understood the concept along with CPC as well as CRPC. So I am not getting in there again. And these are being given by a competent court. While discussing competent court, I have discussed about the jurisdiction of court, which can be discussed in 4 different ways: the pecuniary jurisdiction, subject matter jurisdiction, geographical jurisdiction, and original and appellate jurisdiction. All these are deciding a competency of court. When a court is competent to give a final judgment, order or decree, and if it has given a final judgment, order or decree related to any of the 4 topics which are given here, that is probate, matrimonial, admiralty and insolvency jurisdiction, that will be relevant. Here what happens in these cases? By probate, matrimonial, admiralty or insolvency jurisdiction, the court either confers that a particular person is having a particular legal character, or it will take away a particular legal character, or it will declare any person to be entitled to any such character or to be entitled to any specific thing. This is what happens in all of these cases. I will explain all these terms. Wait for me. Now, when this is conferred in a particular case, if it is between A and B, and if the same is confirmed by a court in favor of A. Now, of course, A has won the case against B, as well as whatever status is being confirmed by court to A will be applicable or will be relevant to the entire world. It is not just he is winning against B. Nobody else can question his such character or such right or specific thing. That is what called judgment in rem. I will also give an illustration, but before that, let us try understand these 4 terms. Starting with probate. What is a probate? I have given the meaning in red font, which says a legal process in which a will is reviewed to determine whether it is valid and authentic. Now, if the issue related to property and A applies for probate, and if such probate confirms, which validates and gives authentication that A is the owner of that particular property based on the will on which A got probate. Now, that is valid in the case if it is happening between A and B, and A is not just winning the property from B. If any further litigation on that property is raised by anyone else also, this judgment is sufficient to prove that A is the owner of such property. That's all we need to understand. The second case where matrimonial aspects are discussed, where the judgment, if it is related to divorce or nullity of marriage, etc., once the judgment is given, such judgment is relevant and it is applicable to the entire world. For example, if the judgment on nullity of marriage is given, now the same question cannot be discussed again on that particular aspect by someone else because it is applicable, and this is judgment in rem. Likewise, admiralty cases where the judgment is given in the issues related to ships, oceans or seas, etc. For that also section 41 plays the role of judgment in rem. And finally, insolvency jurisdiction. For example, A has to pay B some 20 crores and court says A is now insolvent. That means he has no assets to pay any of the loan to Mr. B. He is insolvent. In such case, if C is coming and putting a new case against A, whatever insolvent status is already been given in the case of A versus B is sufficient to prove that he is insolvent. Now he is insolvent to the entire world. That is called judgment in rem. They need not to fight again because that is been already confirmed by a court. Now what happens in these cases? By probate, somebody takes a ownership on specific thing. By matrimonial case, like for example nullity of marriage, husband and wife lose their legal character as husband and wife. Under admiralty, again there will be a ownership declared on specific thing, etc. And under insolvency, a new character is being confirmed by the court. Now these are the aspects which are being discussed under section 41 and these are relevant. Let us try to understand this concept with the help of a beautiful chart in my next slide. I think I have already spent good amount of time in my previous slide where I have explained all the terms in detail. So here my job becomes very easy where I will take you through a beautiful chart which gives idea of entire section 41. The chart starts with when a final judgment or an order or a decree is already been given by a competent court. This is the first part you have to remember. Now there is a judgment available or an order available. A decree is available. Now such judgment or an order or the decree is given by the competent court. Okay? And this judgment or the order or the decree is related to either probate or matrimonial aspects or admiralty or related to insolvency. Now, if this is the topic which is judged by a competent court, in that case, if it is confirming a legal character or if it is taking away a legal character or if it declares entitlement of such character or if it declares entitlement of such specific thing. In such cases, the judgment which is given by the competent court in the form of a judgment or an order or a decree is relevant, and such judgment or order or decree is judgment in rem. That means it is not just a judgment for the parties which are being to party to that particular dispute, but against the entire world. Just to help you guys to have a context of relationship between these four black boxes and green boxes, you can see them in this way. Probate, that is a valid authentication by the court on ownership of a particular person on a particular property via will. What does it do? It does declares entitlement of specific thing, that is property. That is the fourth green box you can refer. The second one, matrimonial, where there are two chances. One, there can be confirmation of legal character, that if the nullity of marriage application is failed, then the parties will become husband and wife. That is confirming legal character. Or it can take away legal character, where if the nullity of marriage application is proved, then they will not be considered as husband and wife. That way their legal character is gone. So matrimonial aspects you can connect with the first two green boxes. And admiralty is mostly declaring entitlement of such character, because there the ownership etc. is also coming along with declaring entitlement of specific thing, because we are discussing about ship, so it can be on that particular aspect also. And finally, insolvency is what? Again we have to go to the first green box, which confers legal character. Now he is getting a new legal character by name insolvent. By being insolvent, nobody in this world can come back and ask him to pay any of the debt he is liable to pay back to them. So he is getting a new legal character by such judgment or order or decree. Now when that is being given by the competent court, it is relevant and it is a judgment in rem. I think nothing can make this easier than this. One case law that you can name is B. Meenakshi Sundaram versus Kuttimalu, and whatever I have explained in this particular slide was discussed in this particular case law. So I have not brought anything as comment for that particular case law, but you can refer this particular slide for the case law. This is the last part of section 41, and I am not going to explain this because this is again the repetition which is being covered either in my first slide or via the chart. So I am not going to read out this provision. You can read it by yourself. There is few technical things looks like, but all of these are being well covered in my chart. So nothing to break your mind.
Hope everything is gone in your mind. Has it?